Final chapter. Never-ending research. All right, we've arrived. Time passes so quickly, I almost wish it would come to a standstill. Time is cruel, as the political situation began the day after I connected with Ruzi, and negotiations were concluded shortly. Roos probably wanted to get the women back as quickly as possible. Now, I'm seeing off the women who are returning home. The sky was clear, and a pleasant breeze blew in from the meadows. Nevertheless, my feelings were complicated.
Thanks to you, Lady Naala, we could hold on to hope until this day. Thank you so much.
No, today's result is thanks to everyone working hard. Take care of yourself, even back in Roos.
Yes, you take care too, Lady Naala.
Some returned happily, while others seemed hesitant to return. I saw various scenes of various people.
Thank you for everything.
Be careful along the way. Toya is calling out to all the women who are returning. As I watched the situation with a smile and sadness, I was tapped on the shoulder from behind. The moment I turned around, I was amazed at what I saw.
Why are you here?
Shh. Ruzi put his index finger on his lips, telling me not to speak. When I wondered and tilted my head, he whispered in a small voice. Come here.
But...
His hand pulled me with a strength that wouldn't allow no for an answer. Where are we going at such a time? I thought it was strange, but I couldn't think too deeply as I was focused on my hand being held.
I haven't been touched like this since that night.
After all, I can't help but to feel excited when Ruzi touches me. I was the one who said we should go back to our old relationship. I was going to say, so much for the cousins thing. But after being touched, I realized that my feelings had not changed.
Hey, Ruzi, where are we going?
You'll know when we get there. Ruzi, holding my hand, keeps on walking without answering. His gait is powerful, and I feel something irresistible. The more we proceeded, the steeper the road became as we finally reached the woods. I began to feel anxious at his silent back. Just as I thought to call out to him, he suddenly stopped walking. As Ruzi slowly turned around, I was bewildered to feel a strong sense of determination in his eyes. If I were to say that I'm going to run away with you right now, what would you do?
What?
Looking closely, there were 2 horses behind Ruzi as if prepared for a trip. Dang, he committed.
This...
Confused, I stared into his extremely calm face. Then Ruzi let go and stepped back a step. The vacant distance reminded me of the choices I had to make that night. The premonition shook my chest. I'm going to commit a sin from now. The great sin of stealing the Nasla queen away.
You're kidding, right?
I would never joke like this.
But we have a mission to fulfill in Nasla.
Think carefully. The research is already out of my hands, and you as well. You've already sacrificed more than enough for the ties between the 2 countries. What's being asked of you now is not a duty, but the country's selfish expectations. It is true that the development of the cure has ended, and now its mass production is possible. It's at a stage where things will progress smoothly without Ruzi. And I have also fulfilled my precious dream of getting the women back home. Furthermore, the diplomatic relations have been normalized, and there is no fear that women will be kidnapped in the future. However, if I run away now, Roos may be blamed. I shook my head due to that fear, and Ruzi began to explain. You should be free now. I'm not sure if I should say it, but speaking honestly, I just want you to come with me. I know I'm being selfish, but please, choose to take my hand.
Can you give up your life as an aristocrat?
I won't give up something that I truly don't want to give up. What I'm giving up on is something of no value to me. Contrary to what you may think, I can't give up on you.
He took another step back, a distance to let me choose. I took a breath and stared at Ruzi's eyes. As I was torn between wanting to run up to him and my hesitation, he extended his hand as if it had always been there.
Run away with me, Naala.
I can't!
Why?
Your efforts are finally being rewarded, and you're going to become an aristocrat. I can't rob you of that happiness.
I decide my own happiness! And it's not you robbing me, it's me. It's me robbing you of your status as queen, your best friends, and asking you to be with me alone. It really is selfish and uncool. But I've decided, even if that makes me a jerk, if you want to be with me, even just a little, I will do my best to make you happy.
Ruzi. His passionate gaze made my heart burn. Ooh. This is the final chapter. I wonder if this is like the split for the bad end. This feels like the continuation of one sentence. I want to take your hand, but I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess this is an unequivocal no. I think she has to tell him, like, look, yes, I love you. I want nothing more than to take your hand. But I'm responsible like that. Fingers crossed, here we go. I want to take your hand, if that were possible. But even if we have resolved all our issues, I'm still the sister-in-law of the Roos King. I can't run away, ignoring the possibility that my country may be blamed.
Naala.
I'd love to be happy together with Ruzi. I want to be with him forever. But I can't convince myself that it's okay to cause problems on a national level. As tears ran down my cheeks, I heard a noise in the grass behind me.
Well, 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 speak of the devil. It really is a nice day today. I'd love to take a trip to somewhere far away on a day like this.
Toya!
Lord Toya.
Did he overhear us? I'm frozen, upset by his sudden appearance. Ruzi stood in front of me, as if shielding me from Toya. I think you have to worry more about yourself in this moment than myself, but I appreciate it.
I will accept the punishment. She has no fault. I tried to take her by force.
Ruzi? I tried to move forward in a hurry, but Ruzi stopped me. Panicked, I tried to shout a rebuttal over Ruzi's shoulder. No, Toya!
Well, well, your stubbornness is quite hardcore. It's easy to see Ruzi having a hard time with that. Well, that will be a happy struggle, though.
Huh? I was confused by his fearless smile. While I thought about the meaning, Toya smiled and spoke.
By the way, there's a task I wanted to ask of you two.
A task?
I'd like you to go to the Seg River and gather the flowers used for medicines. Ah, but there's no rush. This could take 10, 20, maybe even 50 years.
Yeah. You're just gonna send your best doctor and your wife on a research trip and be like, they're fine. I'm sure he'll come back someday. It's fine. I mean, this does kind of work out for Toya in a way, because he's like, technically on paper, I'm married. I did what you guys wanted. So I can't get married to someone else. So that kind of works for him. And he's not like super duper obsessed with Naala this time, at least in the good ending. Maybe in the bad ending we'll get obsessed Toya again, but for now.
And if you don't return, then I'd presume you got eaten by a monster.
That's...
You've worked so hard for everyone else's happiness. Now it's your turn to live a happy life. No matter what others might say, I won't blame Roos for this. I swear, I will protect your home country.
Toya. He's pushing us, implying run away. Toya's kindness overwhelmed me, and before I knew it, I was crying. Yeah, I burst into tears too. You knew.
Well, yeah. You're pretty easy to figure out.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. The happiness of my beloved friend is my wish. Yes. I'm glad I was able to let go of you while we're still friends.
Me too, man. Huh? It's just like ominous hinting at my personality. Anyway, see ya. Happy trails.
Well then, you better get going, before I change my mind.
Thank you, Toya. I will never forget your kindness. Pushed by his kindness, I took Ruzi's hand. I firmly grasped it. Yay! I firmly grasped it. I firmly grasped it of my own free will.
Lord Toya. Ruzi. Take good care of her.
After re-gripping my hand, Ruzi bowed silently. He was expressing his deep gratitude.
Let's go, Naala.
Yes! We nodded and turned around together. As we ran, our minds and bodies were not light. We made our decision with the weight of what we gained against what we were leaving behind. But that weight made me cry. Still, I want to hold his hand. We looked off into the distance with a flood of emotions. Ruzi and I stood side by side and took a deep breath as we looked out at the horizon.
You can curse me, who robs you. If it is your wish, you may even have my life. But I don't regret anything. I want to cherish this life you chose.
Having said that, Ruzi cleared his throat as if to punctuate. I looked up to the side of me. At the tip of my line of sight, I could see his cheeks were slightly flushed. Okay, well, he moved fast. He's like, well, now that I got this far.
So, will you marry me?
You're asking that now?
And your answer?
If it rains.
You can be cruel too.
I wonder who I got that from. We laughed as we straddled our horses. Pushed by the warm breeze, the horses began to run together, even though we hadn't instructed them to do so. And we'll continue to run together, the two of us. Run far away, far, far away. That's wild. That ending gives me... Oh gosh, what was his name? Was it Ichiro? I'm trying to think of that guy from Hakuoki that was the best friend of Chizuru. I think his name... Or was it Hachiro? Maybe it was Hachiro. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up. But that's what this route kind of reminds me of a little bit. Hachiro? Yeah, Hachiro Iba, that's the one. Yeah, just the whole, like, we're kind of just effing off into the sunset together, and we're just cut off from everybody. Because I feel kind of bad, in the sense that we finally got Shalu to stay, and we were just like, alright, well, you know what, now that you're staying, I'm out of here. So we still don't get to hang out with both our friends. We can only ever have one at the most, or none at all. So I feel kind of bad for Shalu. But yeah, man, what a route. This was just like, do you want to be sad and slightly uncomfortable? Here's Ruzi. Here's Ruzi's route. I think they did a good job, though. I'm not bothered by the cousins thing personally. I think it helps that they were they never knew each other until they met here. So it's just kind of natural. They always had a connection. It felt like a very gradual growing of the relationship and feelings and stuff. So I think it was done as well as it could be for the whole forbidden love trope. Probably not my favorite, but not my least favorite. So it's gonna end up somewhere in the middle for me. Where are we? Are we on a beach house? How do they keep coming out with new backgrounds that I haven't seen yet? This is wild. We're at the last route and we're still getting like new background images. A small island that's not even listed on the map. Ruzi and I have settled down there, living as doctors together with a few islanders. As doctors, eh? I kind of love that for you guys. I think that also is giving me like Chizuru vibes, because she became a doctor with, I don't think it was Hachiro. Oh gosh, it's been so long. It was with one of the boys. Maybe Yamazaki? I can't remember. I think it was it might have been Yamazaki. But anyway, I'm just getting Hakuoki vibes from this route ending. A nice wind blows today as well. The breeze from the sea blows into our house, which doubles as a clinic. I mean, the view? Can't beat it. This island, which you can just finish walking around in a day, is like a small paradise surrounded by beautiful sea and nature. How many people live here, and how busy are you guys as doctors? Oh, well, there's at least a young boy on this island.
Thank you very much for healing my injury, Doctor, but I won't lose.
Oh? You're welcome.
Ever since we opened the clinic, every day has been dizzyingly fun. And wherever he lives, Ruzi continues to be popular with men and women of all ages. Before I know it, he's surrounded by people. Thanks to that, our home is always lively. There's always people around during the day. It was a busy, small island. I sigh inwardly while watching Ruzi, who is still dealing with the children. It's like a gathering spot now. Huh. Well, it is good that we're no longer being treated like outsiders, but as newlyweds, it's a bit sad that we only have the nights all to ourselves. I know this is hardly a problem, considering our lives as runaways.
Oh, have you prepared the medicine?
Oh, yes.
Hmm?
I was quietly lost in my thoughts, but Ruzi called out to me, bringing me back to my senses. Ruzi gave me a mysterious look as I hurriedly put the medicine in the bag. Yes, the usual medicine. Come back when you run out.
Thanks, Lady Naala.
Ruzi is a great man, but you don't have to call me lady. I'm not being humble. Compared to Ruzi, I'm just an ordinary person. Maybe my persistence is rivaled by none, but that's all. That was what I meant, but the patients waiting in line whistled and called out.
Lady Naala loves her husband a lot.
That wasn't what I meant. Being teased, suddenly my face became hot. I denied it out of embarrassment, and Ruzi, who should have been concentrating on examining his patient, turned his eyes over his shoulder.
Oh? You don't? Well, I love you lots.
Like the patients, he seemed to be making fun of me, although there was some seriousness behind his narrowed eyes. The sensuality, directed at me without any preface, made my heart leap. Jeez, even you two? If I don't pretend to be angry, I can't play off this heat coming from my whole body. Perhaps getting used to how we are by now, the patients were watching us with friendly eyes as if watching their own grandchildren.
Ah, looking at you two makes me think I should be a lot nicer to my wife.
The room was surrounded by a peaceful atmosphere, but only the boy in front of me had his cheeks puffed out as if he were offended.
I also love Lady Naala. When I grow up, I'll be cooler than the doctor, so marry me.
Huh? I blinked at the unexpected marriage proposal. I smiled at the charming desperation of childhood. Thank you. However, I am Ruzi's wife.
I know, but someday I'll defeat him.
The boy stuck out his childishly thin chest and put his hands on his waist in a manner that challenges Ruzi. While listening to this conversation, Ruzi proceeded with the treatment skillfully and laughed lightly in the meantime.
A romantic rival. I'd better do my best too.
However, he doesn't seem to be wary at all. Well, it's a marriage proposal from a very young boy. But what if this was a confession from an adult man, Since he doesn't really show intense emotions, I sometimes wonder if he'd be jealous like a normal person. Girl, what did we even do for the entire route? What did we even do? Were you there? Were you present? Were you around when he was jealous of Toya? At all? No? Has the sea air erased your memory? Given you amnesia? Doctor, you gotta examine your wife. She's got it bad. Got a bad case over here. While I was staring at his wide back, Ruzi turned towards me after finishing another examination.
Naala, give this patient some ointment.
I understand.
There is one more important thing.
Ruzi, holding a questionnaire, stood up and approached. I wonder, did I overlook something? Worried, I turned my head to look at the questionnaire that Ruzi had.
You are mine, and mine alone.
It was brief, but he sucked in my lips with a kissing sound. Before pulling his face away, he whispered in a sensual voice that made me forget that we're in front of people. What are you?
Ah! Doctor, you idiot!
A loud cry rang out from beside me as I was shook up. When I glanced down, the boy was already running toward the doorway. How immature.
Well, yeah, but that's just like the doctor.
Yeah, he's never mature around you. As I turned scornful eyes at Ruzi, I felt cover fire from the patients firing off from behind me.
Well, that's inexcusable. Adults should always be serious towards children, right?
You don't have to be serious in that situation.
I'm always serious about you. If I'm not careful, someone will steal you away.
I half think he's making fun of me, but there's a glint of seriousness in his eyes. He pulled me in by the waist, and I finally got a bit panicked. Moreover, I was wondering if someone would stop this, but everyone was just watching and grinning. Hey, Ruzi! Wait!
Doctor! Are you there?
The door opened with a cheerful shout, and Ruzi turned to look in that direction. I tried to escape from his arms, but I was pulled back with unexpectedly strong force. Ruzi! I'm gonna get angry if you don't cut it out!
Angry? Does that mean you'll hate me?
No, I won't, but...
That's good. I love you too.
His brown eyes stared at me at an extreme close distance as I struggled to get away. Seems to be enjoying himself.
I'm sorry, am I interrupting something? Not really. We're having fun.
In contrast to me, frozen in embarrassment, Ruzi responded leisurely. Since coming to this island, Ruzi's becoming a little more, how should I say, bold. Are there still aspects of Ruzi that I don't know about?
What's wrong? Is it an emergency? No, I got a letter from the continent addressed to Doctor and your wife.
A letter?
Yeah, so I thought I'd bring it with me as I come to have me examined. Here you are.
The letter I received was soaked in the scent of the ocean, as it seems to have gone on a voyage of its own. I knew from the touch that it had been on a ship for a long time. Oh, this letter is from Solana! I exclaimed in joy after turning the seal over. Eagerly opening the letter, I saw my friend's writing for the first time in a while. Thank goodness. Our message arrived properly. After traveling for a while, with the help of the islanders who went to the continent to buy provisions, we let my two best friends know where we were. Okay, thank goodness, because they would be up in arms like, where is she? No way! She's already given birth!
Leave it to Ball.
But back then...
He didn't say so back then, but Ball actually does like kids. The law was probably amended, so he wasted no time and... I'm sure he worked hard at it.
I see. Solana always said she wanted kids, so I'm really happy for her.
Yeah.
Ah, and Shalu. What? Shalu's also pregnant? What? That's the biggest news that we could have ever got at the end of this. Oh my goodness, Shalu's preggy! We gotta go back. We gotta go visit. We gotta go visit our nieces or nephews or whatever they are. We gotta go back.
Speaking of working hard, Elsa.
Yeah, he must have worked really hard. Give that man a medal. Even though I can't see them now, Shalu and Solana are my precious best friends. Their happiness is my happiness. As I was chewing on that happiness, Ruzi's arms regained their strength. Oh no! How did I end up dead last? That's hilarious. Well, he's better work hard, man. Get to it.
I never thought I would lose to Elsa.
Yeah.
In that case, we just have to win by numbers, right?
I mean, it's a plan. Ruzi's gaze returned from the letter to me. The moment my eyes met his up close, my skin shivered with a sensation similar to the chills. He was definitely planning something. Ruzi, mind letting go?
What should I do?
What are you thinking?
I'd like a cute little girl that looks like you.
You're moving fast.
Yes, very fast.
In Ruzi's eyes as he smiled, is he already dreaming up what our child would look like? I could hear cheering voices that seemed to be encouraging Ruzi.
At this rate, we'll be paying your newborn baby a visit very soon.
Oh, I'm jealous. Honestly, I was aiming for Naala myself, but now it seems like I don't have a chance.
You were as well.
Of course. She's prettier than all the other girls on the island. Hey, everyone. Enough joking around, okay? Yeah? Otherwise, Ruzi's grin will become even more terrifying.
I really do have to do my best.
Ruzi? There was something sinister behind his refreshing smile. I'm starting to regret running away.
It seems like the kiss before didn't work, so I'm just going to have to kiss you more deeply.
What are you saying? That's... What happened to your hair? What's going on in this picture? Oh, it's just that it's behind your neck. Okay. I'm like, the way this is drawn, it looks like they both have very short hair, which is interesting, but it's just drawn strangely. Okay.
My wife is the cutest in the world today, too.
Honestly, in front of all these people.
It's okay. Close your eyes and you won't see them.
That's not the point.
I love you, Naala.
I'm weak to this voice. It always soaks into my eardrums and makes my brain swell. All two of them. When I tried to apologize to the patients with my little remaining brain, I saw them nodding. No, it's a new sightseeing spot, and I almost felt hopeless. If you don't save it to only when we're alone, I'm going to be really angry.
Right. That way I can study you more carefully.
Is there anything you haven't studied yet?
Oh yeah, countless things. For as long as you're alive, I will be endlessly interested in you. I will continue to explore you, and only you.
I will say, Ruzi has had some of the most top-tier lines in this game, so congrats to him for that. That's a difficult task.
Yeah, right. That's why it's a lifelong task.
Apparently, this research is endless. I thought about this endless research while imagining Ruzi's child running along on the beach. Never-ending research. Best research trip ever. We did it. And there's an epilogue. Oof. Man, Ruzi got like everything. Got the post-credits epilogue and an epilogue. Alright. Well, we'll do that next time. for now, we'll wrap up the nice best end with a big bow. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed Ruzi's best ending. They're very cute, very dangerous couple, but I can't believe that freaking Shalu got pregnant from Elsa, man. That's wild. That is so wild, considering all the different endings that Shalu has gone through in the different routes. I'm glad there's an ending where she's got a little family going. I like that. And maybe the epilogue is Naala and Ruzi starting their own family. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully I'll see you there for that. Thanks again for joining me, guys. Until next time, I will see you later.